there's no time skip, presumably.
Yeah.
So
Well,
the black moon, the howl in the distance.
right. So basically, what me and Leif were thinking is, so you haven't seen Leif and Theo for a while, right? And suddenly they just burst out of the basement and they gather everyone up. And then I cast Minor Illusion. So,
Oh my god, are you doing
Are
the...
you making a hologram of the fence?
no. So, even though Theo has no clue what this is, it looks like a 1980s classroom with one of those really bad projectors and like a PowerPoint screen shows up.
Christina, having no idea what this is, has just whipped out her sword and it's like.
So if you would like to watch the stream,
Oh my god.
so if you would like to turn your attention to the stream. Yes, me and Rex did spend time outside of the session to make an actual PowerPoint for this.
Oh, you post it, please.
Oh shit!
Uh,
Streaming.
I'm streaming it. It's live.
Oh. How do I watch it?
You just click on my name on the general like you watched Rain stream. So, Theodremurr's and Leif's Warplan for Elgian.
On a side note, inspiration to both of you.
Yes!
Oh my god.
Yes. So we both look vastly sleep deprived at this.
Yes.
Alright. So, step 1.
Oh my god, the memes just make it better.
Hunting and gathering. So for our plan, we're going to need a bit of supplies, right?
Yes, many supplies. Starting off, we're going to need lots of jellyfish. Toxin.
Lots of narcotics. Lots of...
Yeah. And then we need more of that element metal.
Right.
As well as regular metal too.
Right. We're going to need some black powder, which we assumed Fletch knows how to make it because he's kind of hands-on and from the time of period of guns. So we're kind of assuming Fletch knows how to make that. We're also going to play into Fletch's entire personality trait and build him an entire zoo.
Numbers game, yeah.
Yeah, numbers game.
Oh, livestock, yeah.
We pretty much have the wood obtained, though.
Yes. However, we do need to expand our military might a little bit, seeing as we lost a lot of people the last time.
Right. We're also going to need some sugar and some water.
What do we need sugar for?
We'll get there.
You'll find out.
You'll find out.
Are we making narcotic candy?
We'll get there. Don't worry.
Here, little Timmy, get in the back of my van.
Come here, little wyvern. Get in the back of the van.
And it's this really nice steak.
That full screen thing going.
Oh boy, what full screen thing?
Like the PowerPoint. Rain has the PowerPoint full screen, and I don't know how she did it.
Oh, click. There's up the top. There's grid, more, and inbox. You go grid and change it to focus. So you focus on the one person.
Okay.
Oh, and then you can uncheck show non-video participants, but that makes it look gross.
Okay. So, step 2.
Yes.
So
we are going to make a copy of Mjolnir, the hammer used by the god Thor.
I want to be emailed a copy of this.
Yes, same here.
Okay,
Yeah.
Will do.
So this is why we need more of the element metal so we can craft this weapon. As well as crafting armor for Christina, as well as anything else that the party needs.
Thank you.
specifically thinking of like elemental arrowheads for Fletch as well.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Right. So step 3,
How are we gonna make Mjolnir let him fly? That's my only question.
we'll find a way. Step 3,
We'll find
Step
a way.
3, we're going to expand the people we have by going to the Vikings and challenging their chieftain to a duel known as a holmgang. So basically, this is a duel where you can challenge over a dispute. In this case, the dispute will be challenging for command of those Vikings. So essentially, the rules are that weapons and armor are allowed. A day shall be placed for the duel, and basically both parties have to show up. Otherwise, if one party does not show up at the specified time exactly, then they immediately forfeit their right in.
oh,
So
hey, lovely.
That has
There we
no
go.
Remember, a T-Rex
consequence
is a
for
weapon.
us.
Oh my god.
T-Rex is a weapon. No, T-Rexes are not
No,
weapons.
even better. You still have cryopods. Pocket Giga. Kill them.
Pocket geek.
But we don't have cryopods yet. I'd love a pocket giga.
Okay.
Who would love one?
So, step 4, we will build Fletch's suicide zoo. So, so we're going to tame a bunch of pterodons, about 20 or 30, so we have like at least an equal number to the wyverns in aerial support,
yes.
and at least 3 brontosauruses.
And you will find out what the brontosauruses are to be used for later.
Yeah,
And we
Okay.
may, if we get the opportunity to, tame a couple of RGs as well to add to it.
just for a little bit of spice, a little bit of flavor.
Yeah.
Spice.
And
Uh,
the reason why these are named the Suicide Zoo is we hope to try and replicate the drug that was used on the Brontosaurus last time we were at the trench. So if need be, we can just drug up all the Pteranodons and send them berserking at the wyverns.
Dear God.
it's a last ditch resort in case we fail. They'll distract the wyverns long enough for us to escape, so we don't get deleted like
Exactly.
Elgian.
Alrighty.
All right. So
That's
step
really
5,
awesome.
the art of war. We will amass our weaponry and physical prowess, and we'll use the Vikings to help build the necessary weapons. So,
Exactly.
the first weapon, the Hacha. We'll build 16 of them, and they're basically a medieval rocket launcher, shooting 100 arrows
As
at
someone who plays lots of tabs, I know how good these things are. They can kill
yeah,
mammoths in one shot.
about the speed of a bullet. So 100 arrows about the speed of a bullet, and we're building 16, so that's about 16,000 arrows.
Excellent.
So
That
Fletch
is
is gonna be
some
busy
math,
making arrows, is
okay.
what I'm hearing.
So then we're going to build gas bombs. So we'll mix the narcotic with the sugar and black powder, and we'll encase it in a metal casing. Now, when you mix sugar and black powder together, and you light the fuse, it'll mix with the potassium nitrate to create smoke bombs. But
Okay.
since we're using narcotics, it's narcotic
Nice.
smoke.
Nice. Much more
Alrighty.
concentrated than what they've been used than the previous ways.
Right.
Yeah.
We could also
Now we're
make
going to build
rabies
sugar.
bombs as well if we got more megalania.
we could.
This
We
is
could.
true.
But I'm just thinking, like, basis of what we need, we're making gas bombs to mix
we
with
don't want to
narcotic.
wipe out the wyverns if we want to ally with them. So
Well,
rabies
Really,
bombs just in case.
next we'll make chain ballistas.
A serfdom?
Wait, we
Oh
already have
my
like 6 of those, don't we?
Yeah.
No,
So
we have
we'll,
ballistas. We're not chain ballistas.
so we're going to build chain ballistas. And basically, essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to shoot them into the alpha wyvern to chain it up when it tries to take off and kill us.
Yes. So we can drag it down to the ground and keep it there.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, the chain ballista, that is literally a strategy so many people have used in normal D&D to take out dragons. and it
Ex-
actually works.
exactly.
I mean, hey.
So,
Yes.
uh, so next we're going to
And-
build a battle Bronto.
Yes.
Yes!
Yeah.
So this is what
I subscribe to this idea.
Uh,
this is what the three Brontosaurus are for. We're going to turn them into basically walking fortresses.
Yeah.
So, as you can see in our provided diagram, at the back section, instead of a minigun,
My
we-
Wi-Fi just completely died, by the way. Sorry about that.
No
fair
problem.
enough.
Cool.
So, yes, in the rear section where you see the minigun, we're going to mount one Hawker there and one on top where you see the kind of harpoon gun in the picture. And then you see there's a little like side platform connected to a door. Yes, just over there. On each side of that on the Bronto is where we're going to mount one chain ballista each.
All right.
And then,
It's 2 per Bronto, correct?
yes,
Yes. So 2 Hawkers and 2 chain ballistas per Bronto.
yes. And so, when those get lodged into the Alpha Wyvern and it's all chained up, we can just drag it back to the base at that point.
Exactly.
Uh,
Okay.
so, and then now,
Mhm.
battle stations.
Yes. So now we come
Okay.
to the battle.
Oh my god, it's a diagram.
Yeah, it's a diagram.
So, the yellow eggs right over here represent where the wyverns are, where all the eggs are. And for the first step of the battle plan, you're going to have Rain and Fletch with their pterodon army
Yeah.
fly over the little forest area to kind of come in par with like the swath in the land and just what did you say it was, Rex?
So essentially, they are going to take a strafing run across the trench. So each Pteranodon, we're believing, will be able to carry one of the gas bombs in each of their foot. So essentially, Rain and Fletch are going to be mounted on Argentavis, like coordinating the Pteranodons on this strafing run, and the Pteranodons are going to lob the gas bombs at the wyverns to knock them all unconscious in the trench.
And
So,
while that happens, we're going to have two of the pterodons break formation right over where they're at and start heading towards this little section here with all the red, while Rain and Fletch will fly straight across with the gray arrow to meet the rest of the pterodons over in the secondary forest.
Yes, ready for part 2 of the plan.
Ready for part 2.
So the
Give
red
me like
squares.
5 seconds.
So
Alright.
the red squares are going to be our. Hello?
Hello?
Okay.
Just wait for Christina to come back.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Any questions about the
This is
first part of?
dedication. Dedication. I love it.
so have you haven't gotten to the part about how we're getting the eggs yet, correct?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
That's
in
part
phase
2.
2 of the plan.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I have an idea that may be able to improve it. It's another tame.
Fair enough.
Get the little
Okay.
beach
Well-
monkeys.
Alright, my
One
part.
or two
Did
to
I miss
ride
my
each
part?
Pteranodon.
Okay.
They can then help load the eggs onto the Pteranodon.
Wait,
Yes.
Pegos?
No, the beach monkeys, the little
Mesos.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Not Bigfoot. The little the monkey.
Okay.
So
So
Just-
part
yeah,
2.
You get a pack of beach drilling Megapithecus.
Ah, the little shits that go.
What?
"Whoa!"
I made it.
Yeah.
What the?
That was an inside joke for Ark.
So part 2 of the plan is we're going to have our Brontosaurus tanks right in the middle here with the red, and the
Yeah.
two pterodons that are leading the Alpha Wyvern out towards them. We're also going to make this smell like the eggs we've already gathered.
Yes. So we're going to take the eggs that we have already collected and basically rub the Brontosaurus with the eggs so they smell like wyvern eggs. and they will believe that we have already stolen. The alpha will believe we have already stolen some of his eggs and come straight towards them.
Exactly. And
Um,
while the alpha is coming this way with all the other wyverns knocked out from the initial pterodon attack, we're actually going to have you swoop back around in the same pattern and and then you'll steal the eggs right there while the alpha is distracted. And once you get
Yeah.
all the eggs, you'll bring them back over here to where the arrow finally lands, which is where both I and Rex will be waiting on our own RG.
Yes.
Who's going to be commanding the Bronto army?
The Bronto army will be commanded by Christina.
Okay.
Howdy.
Yes.
Want to make
Howdy,
sure like
my
there was,
role
was one of our players. All right. So are we
So-
going to kill any of the wyverns? While we're in contact?
Not yet.
So we'll get there. So
Yeah.
essentially, yes. So the wyvern will approach the brontosaurs. When the alpha wyvern gets close enough to the brontosaurs, Christina will give the command to launch the chain ballistas, 2 of which will target the left wing, 2 of which will target the right wing, and 2 of which will target directly in the chest where the wings connect to the chest. So this way we can then drag it towards the ground, ready to start restraining the wyvern. So that will happen simultaneously as Fletch and Rain are leading the Pteranodons back in to steal the eggs. And so then, obviously, once the wyvern is down, me and Theo are going to take our RG. Theo is going to be gripped in the legs of the RG, where we will then fly above the alpha wyvern, now brought to the ground, and perform a maneuver that we can only name as the Diplo bomb.
Oh my god.
The Diplo bomb.
And then after the wyvern has been Diplo bombed, I will jump off the RG nearby and prepare to start chaining up the alpha wyvern with the chains and muzzle that we will have made.
Now, before that happens, I'll have to cast Enhance Ability, give Theo advantage on his Charisma spell for the next hour, and you advantage on your Strength spells. But I won't be able to cast anything after that because it's concentration.
It's fine.
Well, here's the thing. You could potentially save the charisma roll because, Theo, if you want to explain phase 3, that is the big red line.
So the big red line here is going to be the Vikings, which are manning the hachas. The remaining 10 hachas. So that's about 1,000 arrows, and they're going to bring it over to the edge where all the sleeping wyverns are. And since we already have all the eggs got out due to Fletch and Rain, they are going to release fire at all of the wyverns, shooting 1,000 arrows into them. Because we decided it is better to just tame up a new wyvern army than to take the risk of them betraying us.
Yeah.
Calculated.
We don't want to get deleted, so. So
We will
that's
exterminate all the wyverns.
yes.
So we will be able to milk alpha wyvern and snow wyvern that we have.
Yes.
Yes. And we will be able to drain the alpha wyvern of its blood occasionally and use its blood for various purposes.
Yes.
This
All
is
right.
so dark. Oh my god.
Well,
I don't think this is dark at all.
well,
Like,
you see,
This is great.
so you see, the thing about that is, just remember, there is no Geneva
my God.
Convention
I swear
in
to
the
God.
Ark.
Oh my god, you
Now, how did it work?
So both I and both I and Leif would like to thank you for coming to our TED Talk.
I've never had people gravitate so much to an offhanded statement that I made in my life.
And at this point, we both ask each other why we said welcome to our TED Talk. And
I-
then
I-
immediately
I'll be
pass
back in
out
one
from
second.
sleep deprivation.
Yeah, we
I'll
just
be back in 1
instantly
second.
collapse to the floor and pass out.
Alrighty. Honestly, if you guys could just share that in the chat, that was amazing. Adored it.
Rain just glances at the others and she's like, "Have they not slept for the past week?"
We have
Actually, it's only been a day, so have they not slept?
Really?
we have
Jack
not.
Looked at you, he's like, I mean, it's a little rough, but I like the plan.
And as soon as Theo falls asleep, everything fades back to the cave from the Myra illusion going away.
Okay.
Who is still losing her goddamn mind.
Okay.
It's just like.
Oh, this is
Ready,
amazing.
Like-
ready for anything, ready for action.
Well, we get to avenge Elgin, so Rain's in.
Okay.
I will be posting this to YouTube, by the way, because I recorded it all.
Oh my
Oh
god!
god.
All
Oh
this
god.
whole like actual like us talking and everything.
This whole conversation, yes, because the
Yeah.
reactions are
Fucking
priceless.
Alrighty.
We said we had to commemorate this moment.
Oh my god.
We both knew this was going to be too great to just keep to our own group.
Oh no.
Alrighty. Fair
Uh.
enough. This is going to either become legendary or just be that video with like 1,000 views on YouTube that like 3 people
Watched
that?
thousands of times.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so what do you guys